Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as it may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our tarot. We're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with. We're going to look at what you may need to look at and possible future energies that may come in for you. All right, what's going on with Capricorn? All right, we have King of Swords, so it could be you're overthinking things. It could be that you have a lot on your mind, that you're struggling with overthinking. Sometimes when we get tired or we have a lot on our mind, or it's something new or something different, that we overthink things, that we overprocess things. And it's almost like we self-sabotage ourselves because we're overthinking and we're kind of looking at the negative of things, and we're not really seeing clearly. Normally, we would just let things go, or we'd be able to handle it. But if, there's something that you're overthinking. All right, we have the Six of Wands, and I feel like it's, it's looking at the positive. What do you need to look at? I feel like it's looking at the positive and looking at everything that you've gone through in the past and the times that you've risen above situations and all of the people and the support that you have around you, and to focus on those things rather than the overthinking. Focusing on the positive, focusing on where you want to go or what you want to do. We have the Death card, so that could represent Scorpio for future energies, but I feel like it's almost like it could be that your thought process is that you're changing. Your thought process of, okay, looking at it saying, yep, I'm in a situation where I'm overthinking, that I used to do this in the past, and this would be self-sabotaging, and that I need to stop that, because my overthinking isn't going to change anything. It's not going to fix anything. It's not going to make things better, that it's going to make things worse. And I feel like it's that process of, with the Death card, is that there's something that you need to work on. There's something that you need to get over. There's something that you need to let go of. There's something that you need to get past in order to bring in change, in order to do things differently. So I feel like that could be one of the things that you're dealing with. And we have Queen of Cups, which is emotions, because I feel like overthinking connects with emotions. When you overthink things, you get irritated, you get irritable, you get antsy, you get short, you get angry, you get you're not really able to process things properly, and that brings on emotions, because your emotions are sort of in the negative. So I do feel that it could be that you're emotional about something, and then you start overthinking about it, and that happens a lot. We have the Sun card. All right, so it could be that you're struggling with positive energy. You're struggling with the positive. You're struggling. I feel like things are better than what you think they are, and that you're just over-analyzing and you're thinking about things too much, that you can't get past a situation. I feel like you're stuck in something. You're stuck in some certain mind frame or mindset, and you're not able to move past it. Could have to do with a relationship. We have the Lovers, which is Gemini, so it could be that there's a relationship that you're feeling stuck with, that maybe you're over-analyzing it, that you're looking at it, that you're picking it apart too much, right? That you need to just focus on the positive aspects of the relationship. Take a rest. Maybe it's take a break. Maybe you need a break. Sometimes the best thing we can do is to have that time to ourselves to process things and figure out, how do I feel? Why do I feel this way? Writing things down. But I also feel that if it's something to do with a partner, I feel that it's very important for you to communicate for your partner, to say, you know what, I'm kind of... you could be honest and say, hey, I'm overthinking things. So I just need some time for myself to sort through my thoughts. I need to figure out what's going on here in my head. Sometimes I know that for me, as I was going through the process, is that before I was afraid to be happy. I was afraid when positive things happened for me, because I was like, oh no. I'm like, okay, something good's happening for me. Okay, what's bad what is bad that's going to come in. Like I would go to the negative. Like when something good happened, I would go to the negative, right? And I realized, like, I have to stop that. Like, appreciate the positive, embrace the positive, embrace the good things, you know. And it's like that own thought process that you have within yourself. But I feel like it's catching those patterns and saying, you know what, I'm going to the negative. I'm getting overworked. I'm overthinking things, that I'm trying to find things that are wrong. And I don't want to do that. I need to calm down. I need to step away. I need to take some time to myself to sort through my thoughts, to ground my energy, to ground myself, you know, to have that time. It could be out in nature, right? It could be just sometimes going outside, going for a walk can help you, whether it's on the beach or in the woods or the mountains or just, you know, wherever you live, going for a walk. We have Page of Wands, which has to do with communication. I almost feel like it's the communication that you have within yourself, is communicating to yourself, okay, if I'm overthinking, why am I overthinking? What am I overthinking? Why am I putting myself in this energy? Is this an old habit that's kind of coming back in? Is this a habit that needs to be broken and I need to move on from that? I feel like the communication has to do with yourself. But again, as I was saying before, when we had the Four of Wands, is make sure that if you need to step away from your partner and you need to have some time to yourself, that you say, hey, I just need that time. I need to work on myself. I just need that time to sort through my thoughts, and write things down on a piece of paper. And that helps a lot. Because sometimes you can get those energies out and you feel like you've released it. You feel like you've let it go. And if it's something to do with your partner, it could be that you could sit down with your partner and discuss what it is that you wrote down. And just, you know, communicate even more at a higher level to your partner and say, this is what I was going through, and this is what I was thinking of, and this is what I was processing. And because that helps the communication that you have with your partner even more. We have Queen of Cups again, so lots of emotions and lots of feelings. It was so weird because when I saw that Queen of Cups, I felt that there was going to be another Queen of Cups coming out, but I felt like that Queen of Cups was going to be more of the positive energy, that you've worked through it, because I feel that you are going through a lot of emotions. You are going through a lot of things. You could be going back and forth with things, right? Just within your own mind, with your own thought process. Sharing and communication, I feel like that's really important, and making sure that you communicate things with your partner. The more that you communicate, the better and stronger the relationship is, and the more that your partner understands what it is that you're struggling with. And who knows, they may have some suggestions or some helpful suggestions for you. We have Ace of Pentacles, so I feel like it's a new beginning and a new start for you. It's a different pattern for you. I feel like it's really amazing that you're able to catch yourself and realize that you're doing this, so that you can look at why you're doing it and make those changes that are needed because you want to work on your relationship. This could be a friendship, this could be a partnership, this could be a family member, whatever that may represent. It could just be for yourself, right? That you want to work on the relationship within yourself. All right, so we had the Sun card that flipped over. So we have the Sun again. So this line here, I feel like this is still what you're struggling with. And then this line here, I feel like this is kind of the positive energy that's kind of coming in for you. So we have the Sun. So you're able to turn that around. You're able to focus on the positive. You're able to look at that and then get back to things, right? I feel like things are kind of stuck here, but I feel like here things are kind of moving forward. And I love her big smile on her face. That's such a great smile. And I feel like it's okay, yeah, I'm feeling better. I realize that that's something that I do. And using those tools, what I've said before is have those tools that help you. Sometimes when I struggle with things, I don't think you can see them, but up here I have all of my crystals. And sometimes if I'm struggling, I will literally grab a crystal and I will hold it in my hand. Sometimes I'll put one in each hand and I'll just like put it up to my chest, or I'll just like feel the energy from the crystal. I have my abundance candle that smells so good, so I'll smell that and that will calm me down. And it's pretty amazing for me how just holding on to the crystals calms me down and helps me to refocus. That's something that helps me. Also, I'll write things down on a piece of paper And if I feel like I have a lot going on and I feel like that helps me. So I feel like it's having those tools that will help you. It could be music that maybe you want to listen to. It could be somebody that you really trust that you want to have a conversation with and say, I'm feeling a little off and I just need some of your advice. And it could be that person. It could just be going for a walk. Sometimes for me, when I go out to the barn, that helps me to get back on track. That helps me to feel better. So kind of having those tools and those things that you have and say, okay, what is it that's going to help me get past this? We have the Ace of Swords, which I love. So we have the Ace of Swords up here, and then that you're struggling with, trying to get past something. But then we have the Ace of Swords down here, so I feel like that energy has flipped. It's become more positive. You're like, yeah, I'm going to get past this. I'll work through this. I realize what's going on. I know what I need. I have my tools, and I can work on those to get past this. We have the King of Pentacles, and that is somebody who is patient. He is kind. He is giving. I feel like it's just being patient with yourself. Sometimes we get frustrated with ourselves and we're like, oh my gosh, why am I thinking of this, right? Why am I putting myself in this? And then it's like you get even more frustrated with yourself because you're like, how did I even get in this energy? I don't know. I don't know what triggered me. I don't know why this happened. Sometimes we don't even know, that there are things and sometimes we don't even realize that we're feeling off or not feeling right until it's like we communicate with other people and we're like, well, why did I say that? Why am I feeling agitated today? Or we start getting up and we start moving around and we're like, I just feel irritated today. Why am I feeling that way? So I feel like it's being patient with yourself within the process. But I feel like it's, if you recognize that this is going on, then you can take the steps to do something about it. Then you'll feel ready to work on the situation and use those tools to get past this. When you're in sort of the angry, overthinking, energy, it's like, oh, you can't think about anything except for being irritated. So it's like kind of calming yourself down and kind of thinking, okay, why am I feeling this way? And then starting that process to let go, right? To let go of that overthinking, because we have the swords yet again, and this is tens, which are completion. So I feel like it's cutting down on the overthinking. It may be that, you're still kind of thinking, but it's like not consuming you. It's not becoming a problem. We have the Two of Swords. So I feel like it's kind of making that choice of, do I want to keep myself in this energy, or do I want to use those tools to move on from it, right? To move myself into the positive energy, to change things up. Again, as we had with the Death card here, which is that transformation and that change. That if you want change within your life, you have to be the one that makes the changes. You have to be the one that sees these things and that makes the effort to change them. No one else can do that for you. You have to come out from the shadows. You have to bring it to the forefront, and say, yeah, like my weak spot is that I'm overthinking, right? And that I have to work on that, and that I struggle with that. And sometimes I can get that under control and sometimes I can't. But each time it happens, I try and work even harder with it to get past it. And then our next card is the Page of Wands. So it's, again, you have to be the one to take the actions to make the change, right? That if you want change, that you have to do the actions to make that change. That's something that you have to work on. We have the High Priestess, and that's getting in touch with yourself, with your own feelings, with what you're processing, what you're thinking, what's going on within you. Because sometimes if we get irritated and we're in a bad mood, then we'll project that onto the people that are closest to us, and then they give us that back. And then it's like you get even more irritated because you're like, why are you being short with me? And then they're like, why are you being short with me? And so it creates more problems. But if you can see that and recognize that and head that off, then that kind of, and you can be more in touch with what you're projecting and what you're putting out there and what your feelings are, then you can be more in control of that. And sometimes you just have to say, you know what, and I've had those days where I've just woken up and I'm just angry and irritated the whole day. I have no idea why, but nothing seems to go right. So I kind of keep to myself and I try not to engage with anyone. Or if I do, I say, you know what, I'm just feeling off today. I'm just feeling aggravated and angry at everything. So if I say anything that offends you, I'm apologizing to start with, just so that that person knows, okay, yeah, like I'm feeling off, or, I feel communication is the best thing, because if people know what's going on or what it is that you're doing, then they can understand you more, rather than them making their own assumptions about how you're reacting or how you're being. All right, so let's get an animal oracle card. I like this bottom one. We have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide, but I feel like that goes back to the High Priestess, is listening to that inner voice and those things that are saying to you, that if it's nudging you to go in a different direction, to be more aware of something, to be in touch with what your feelings are and what you're going through, I feel like that's what that is about. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.